ITS students to take important roles in both local and global communities. Ministers, CEOs, professors, entrepreneurs, and yes, another history maker. These successful alumni were trained in a healthy learning environment that was equipped with various supporting facilities. From vocation to marine technology, all faculties and departments of ITS were formed to be the best place to learn science, technology, and design. 7 faculties and 1 interdisciplinary school. Scientix, Faculty of Science and Data Analytics. MarTech, Faculty of Marine Technology. INSYS, Faculty of Industrial Technology and Systems Engineering. Electix, Faculty of Intelligent Electrical and Informatics Technology. CivPlan, Faculty of Civil, Planning, and Geoengineering. CreaBiz, Faculty of Creative Design and Digital Business. Vocation, Faculty of Vocational. And Interdisciplinary School of Management and Technology. Recognized as one of the top best-ranked institutes doesn't mean the finish line for ITS. To gain greater international recognition, ITS launched International Undergraduate Program. Students can get wider international exposure through 20 study programs they can apply. The chances are also open for professors from all over the world to teach and conduct research at ITS. These opportunities have made international joint research and other international activities successfully performed. Like IUP, students and lecturers from other programs have also contributed to the ITS achievements. Numerous appreciations earned exemplify Institute's excellent performance. But technology and academic excellence is not the only goal of the Institute. Students are guided to apply their knowledge for the welfare of society. Because to note a new life-changing history, technology must advance humanity. ITS, Institute Technology, 10 November
Surabaya merupakan kota terbesar kedua di Indonesia setelah Jakarta, dengan populasi penduduk yang telah mencapai kurang lebih 3 juta jiwa. Saat ini, Surabaya telah menjadi kota metropolis dengan keberagamannya. Selain itu, kota Surabaya juga dikenal sebagai pusat bisnis, perdagangan, industri, dan pendidikan di Indonesia. Salah satu kampus negeri terbesar yang terletak di kota ini adalah Institut Teknologi 10 November atau dikenal sebagai ITS. Terdapat berbagai program studi yang meliputi berbagai bidang keilmuan di ITS, di mana salah satunya adalah program studi sarjana Sains Aktuaria. Program studi ini berada di bawah Departemen Aktuaria, Fakultas Sains dan Analitika Data. Didirikan pada tahun 2018, Departemen Aktuaria telah berkomitmen untuk membantu pemerintah dalam mensukseskan program 1000 aktuaris, serta pengembangan keilmuan dan penelitian aktuaria di Indonesia. Berdasarkan data dari Persatuan Aktuaris Indonesia, saat ini jumlah aktuaris yang telah mendapatkan gelar Fellow Aktuaris masih berada di bawah angka 500. Dengan demikian, masih dibutuhkan banyak tenaga-tenaga aktuaris handal untuk mengisi beberapa sektor pekerjaan yang berkaitan dengan keilmuan aktuaria.
Departemen Aktuaria mempunyai 3 ciri di ITS ini dibanding aktuaria yang lain, yaitu penekanan pada asuransi syariah, asuransi bencana, asuransi maritim, dan ada kebumian. Dan ini menjadikan hal yang baru di tingkat aktuaria di Indonesia.
Mahasiswa di program studi sarjana Sains Aktuaria akan menerima pembelajaran yang telah dibentuk berdasarkan kurikulum minimal aktuaria nasional dan internasional, serta disesuaikan dengan kebutuhan di pasar kerja. Untuk menghasilkan lulusan yang mampu menguasai bidang keilmuan aktuaria dan siap bekerja, maka setiap mahasiswa akan dibekali dengan berbagai macam pembelajaran yang meliputi keilmuan aktuaria, keilmuan matematika, pemrograman komputer, teori peluang dan statistika, penggunaan software di bidang statistika dan aktuaria, soft skill, serta keterampilan umum dan khusus lainnya.
Aktuaria ITS itu satu-satunya departemen yang berdiri sendiri, bukan merupakan prodi. Jadi kurikulum Aktuaria ITS ini udah terfokus ke aktuaria dari awal. Sisi positifnya menjadi departemen baru adalah kami sering mendapatkan fasilitas-fasilitas yang tidak didapatkan oleh teman-teman di departemen lain. Misalnya kuliah tamu yang rutin di awal semester, fasilitas yang cukup memadai, dan juga kemudahan di dalam akademik.
Bidang yang saya senangi di aktuaria adalah ekonomi, programming, serta aktuaria itu sendiri. Mengapa? Karena saya sangat tertarik untuk meningkatkan ekonomi di Indonesia dengan cara mengurangi resiko tinggi yang diambil dari suatu perusahaan. Selain itu, ITS juga selalu mengembangkan jurusan aktuaria mulai dari akademik, non-akademik, fasilitas, hingga dosen yang selalu ditingkatkan tingkat pendidikannya agar kami dapat bersaing dengan aktuaris di seluruh dunia.
Guna menunjang kegiatan belajar dan mengajar maupun penelitian bagi dosen dan mahasiswa, Departemen Aktuaria telah dilengkapi dengan berbagai macam fasilitas yang meliputi beberapa ruang kelas dengan kapasitas sampai dengan 50 orang mahasiswa per kelasnya, laboratorium aktuaria yang dapat digunakan untuk menunjang penelitian dan pembelajaran di bidang komputasi aktuaria, perpustakaan yang dapat digunakan bagi mahasiswa untuk mencari buku-buku referensi dan berdiskusi, gedung menara sains yang dapat digunakan untuk menunjang kegiatan mahasiswa di luar kegiatan perkuliahan. Departemen Aktuaria ITS siap melahirkan aktuaris muda yang berkompeten serta siap terlibat dalam industri asuransi di Indonesia.
Bergabunglah bersama kami di Aktuaria.
Aktuaria ITS.
Do you ever wonder what makes a life-changing history? Right, a solid mission of the visionaries. It was Dr. Anka and his colleagues' mission to accelerate technology development. Through the establishment of Institute Technology 10 November, their goodwill has encouraged ITS students to take important roles in both local and global communities. Ministers, CEOs, professors, entrepreneurs, and yes, another history maker. These successful alumni were trained in a healthy learning environment that was equipped with various supporting facilities. From vocation to marine technology, all faculties and departments of ITS were formed to be the best place to learn science, technology, and design. 7 faculties and 1 interdisciplinary school. Scientix, Faculty of Science and Data Analytics. MarTech, Faculty of Marine Technology. INSYS, Faculty of Industrial Technology and Systems Engineering. Electex, Faculty of Intelligent Electrical and Informatics Technology. CivPlan, Faculty of Civil, Planning, and Geoengineering. CreaBiz, Faculty of Creative Design and Digital Business. Vocation, Faculty of Vocational. And Interdisciplinary School of Management and Technology. Recognized as one of the top best-ranked institutes doesn't mean the finish line for ITS. They can apply. The chances are also open for professors from all over the world to teach and conduct research at ITS. These opportunities have made international joint research and other international activities successfully performed. Like IUP, students and lecturers from other programs have also contributed to the ITS achievements. Numerous appreciations earned exemplify Institute's excellent performance. But technology and academic excellence is not the only goal of the Institute. Students are guided to apply their knowledge for the welfare of society. is to note a new life-changing history. Technology must advance humanity. ITS, Institute Technology, 10 November. Do you ever wonder what makes a life-changing history? Right, a solid mission of the visionaries. It was Dr. Anka and his colleagues' mission to accelerate technology development. Through the establishment of Institute Technology 10 November, their goodwill has encouraged ITS students to take important roles in both local and global communities, ministers, CEOs, professors, entrepreneurs, and yes, another history maker. These successful alumni were trained in a healthy learning environment that was equipped with various supporting facilities. From vocation to marine technology, all faculties and departments of ITS were formed to be the best place to learn science, technology, and design. 7 faculties and 1 interdisciplinary school. Scientix, Faculty of Science and Data Analytics. MarTech, Faculty of Marine Technology. INSYS, Faculty of Industrial Technology and Systems Engineering. Electix, Faculty of Intelligent Electrical and Informatics Technology. CivPlan, Faculty of Civil, Planning, and Geoengineering. CreaBiz, Faculty of Creative Design and Digital Business. Vocation, Faculty of Vocational. And Interdisciplinary School of Management and Technology. Recognized as one of the top best-ranked institutes doesn't mean the finish line for ITS. To gain greater international recognition, ITS launched International Undergraduate Program. Students can get wider international exposure through 20 study programs they can apply. The chances are also open for professors from all over the world to teach and conduct research at ITS. These opportunities have made international joint research and other international activities successfully performed. Like IUP, students and lecturers from other programs have also contributed to the ITS achievements. Appreciations earned exemplify Institute's excellent performance. But technology and academic excellence is not the only goal of the Institute. Students are guided to apply their knowledge for the welfare of society. to note a new life-changing history. Technology must advance humanity. ITS, Institute Technology, 10 November. Do you ever wonder what makes a life-changing history? Right, a solid mission of the visionaries. It was Dr. Anka and his colleagues' mission to accelerate technology development. Through the establishment of Institute Technology 10 November, their goodwill has encouraged ITS students to take important roles in both local and global communities, ministers, CEOs, professors, entrepreneurs, and yes, another history maker. These successful alumni were trained in a healthy learning environment that was equipped with various supporting facilities. From vocation to marine technology, all faculties and departments of ITS were formed to be the best place to learn science, technology, and design. 7 faculties and 1 interdisciplinary school. Scientix, Faculty of Science and Data Analytics. MarTech, Faculty of Marine Technology. INSYS, Faculty of Industrial Technology and Systems Engineering. Electex, Faculty of Intelligent Electrical and Informatics Technology. CivPlan, Faculty of Civil, Planning, and Geoengineering. CreaBiz, Faculty of Creative Design and Digital Business. Vocation, Faculty of Vocational. And Interdisciplinary School of Management and Technology. Recognized as one of the top best-ranked institutes doesn't mean the finish line for ITS. To gain greater international recognition, ITS launched International Undergraduate Program. Students can get wider international exposure through 20 study programs they can apply. The chances are also open for professors from all over the world to teach and conduct research at ITS. These opportunities have made international joint research and other international activities successfully performed. Like IUP, students and lecturers from other programs have also contributed to the ITS achievements. Appreciations earned exemplify Institute's excellent performance. But technology and academic excellence is not the only goal of the Institute. Students are guided to apply their knowledge for the welfare of society. because to note a new life-changing history, technology must advance humanity. ITS, Institute Technology, 10 November. Do you ever wonder what makes a life-changing history? Right, a solid mission of the visionaries. It was Dr. Anka and his colleagues' mission to accelerate technology development. Through the establishment of Institute Technology 10 November, their goodwill has encouraged ITS students to take important roles in both local and global communities. Ministers, CEOs, professors, entrepreneurs, and yes, another history maker. These successful alumni were trained in a healthy learning environment that was equipped with various supporting facilities. From vocation to marine technology, all faculties and departments of ITS were formed to be the best place to learn science, technology, and design. 7 faculties and 1 interdisciplinary school. Scientix, Faculty of Science and Data Analytics. MarTech, Faculty of Marine Technology. INSYS, Faculty of Industrial Technology and Systems Engineering. Electix, Faculty of Intelligent Electrical and Informatics Technology. CivPlan, Faculty of Civil, Planning, and Geoengineering. CreaBiz, Faculty of Creative Design and Digital Business. Vocation, Faculty of Vocation. And Interdisciplinary School of Management and Technology. Recognized as one of the top best-ranked institutes doesn't mean the finish line for ITS. To gain greater international recognition, ITS launched International Undergraduate Program. Students can get wider international exposure through 20 study programs they can apply. The chances are also open for professors from all over the world to teach and conduct research at ITS. These opportunities have made international joint research and other international activities successfully performed. Like IUP, students and lecturers from other programs have also contributed to the ITS achievements. Appreciations earned exemplify Institute's excellent performance. But technology and academic excellence is not the only goal of the Institute. Students are guided to apply their knowledge for the welfare of society. Because to note a new life-changing history, technology must advance humanity. ITS, Institute Technology, 10 November. Do you ever wonder what makes a life-changing history? Right, a solid mission of the visionaries. It was Dr. Anka and his colleagues' mission to accelerate technology development. Through the establishment of Institute Technology 10 November, their goodwill has encouraged ITS students to take important roles in both local and global communities. Ministers, CEOs, professors, entrepreneurs, and yes, another history maker. These successful alumni were trained in a healthy learning environment that was equipped with various supporting facilities. From vocation to marine technology, all faculties and departments of ITS were formed to be the best place to learn science, technology, and design. 7 faculties and 1 interdisciplinary school. Scientix, Faculty of Science and Data Analytics. MarTech, Faculty of Marine Technology. INSYS, Faculty of Industrial Technology and Systems Engineering. Electix, Faculty of Intelligent Electrical and Informatics Technology. CivPlan, Faculty of Civil, Planning, and Geoengineering. CreaBiz, Faculty of Creative Design and Digital Business. Vocation, Faculty of Vocational. And Interdisciplinary School of Management and Technology. Recognized as one of the top best-ranked institutes doesn't mean the finish line for ITS. To gain greater international recognition, ITS launched International Undergraduate Program. Students can get wider international exposure through 20 study programs they can apply. The chances are also open for professors from all over the world to teach and conduct research at ITS. These opportunities have made international joint research and other international activities successfully performed. Like IUP, students and lecturers from other programs have also contributed to the ITS achievements. Appreciations earned exemplify Institute's excellent performance. But technology and academic excellence is not the only goal of the Institute. Students are guided to apply their knowledge for the welfare of society. to note a new life-changing history. Technology must advance humanity. ITS, Institute Technology, 10 November.
Surabaya merupakan kota terbesar kedua di Indonesia setelah Jakarta, dengan populasi penduduk yang telah mencapai kurang lebih 3 juta jiwa. Saat ini, Surabaya telah menjadi kota metropolis dengan keberagamannya. Selain itu, kota Surabaya juga dikenal sebagai pusat bisnis, perdagangan, industri, dan pendidikan di Indonesia. Salah satu kampus negeri terbesar yang terletak di kota ini adalah Institut Teknologi 10 November atau dikenal sebagai ITS. Terdapat berbagai program studi yang meliputi berbagai bidang keilmuan di ITS, di mana salah satunya adalah program studi sarjana Sains Aktuaria. Program studi ini berada di bawah Departemen Aktuaria, Fakultas Sains dan Analitika Data. Didirikan pada tahun 2018, Departemen Aktuaria telah berkomitmen untuk membantu pemerintah dalam mensukseskan program 1000 aktuaris, serta pengembangan keilmuan dan penelitian aktuaria di Indonesia. Berdasarkan data dari Persatuan Aktuaris Indonesia, saat ini jumlah aktuaris yang telah mendapatkan gelar Fellow Aktuaris masih berada di bawah angka 500. Dengan demikian, masih dibutuhkan banyak tenaga-tenaga aktuaris handal untuk mengisi beberapa sektor pekerjaan yang berkaitan dengan keilmuan aktuaria.
Departemen Aktuaria mempunyai 3 ciri di ITS ini dibanding aktuaria yang lain, yaitu penekanan pada asuransi syariah, asuransi bencana, asuransi maritim, dan juga ada kebumian. Dan ini menjadikan hal yang baru di tingkat aktuaria di Indonesia.
Mahasiswa di program studi sarjana Sains Aktuaria akan menerima pembelajaran yang telah dibentuk berdasarkan kurikulum minimal aktuaria nasional dan internasional, serta disesuaikan dengan kebutuhan di pasar kerja. Untuk menghasilkan lulusan yang mampu menguasai bidang keilmuan aktuaria dan siap bekerja, maka setiap mahasiswa akan dibekali dengan berbagai macam pembelajaran yang meliputi keilmuan aktuaria, keilmuan matematika, pemrograman komputer, teori peluang dan statistika, penggunaan software di bidang statistika dan aktuaria, soft skill, serta keterampilan umum dan khusus lainnya.
Aktuaria ITS itu satu-satunya departemen yang berdiri sendiri, bukan merupakan prodi. Jadi kurikulum Aktuaria ITS ini udah terfokus ke aktuaria dari awal. Sisi positifnya menjadi departemen baru adalah kami sering mendapatkan fasilitas-fasilitas yang tidak didapatkan oleh teman-teman di departemen lain. Misalnya kuliah tamu yang rutin di awal semester, fasilitas yang cukup memadai, dan juga kemudahan di dalam akademik.
Bidang yang saya senangi di aktuaria adalah ekonomi, programming, serta aktuaria itu sendiri. Mengapa? Karena saya sangat tertarik untuk meningkatkan ekonomi di Indonesia dengan cara mengurangi resiko tinggi yang diambil dari suatu perusahaan. Selain itu, ITS juga selalu mengembangkan jurusan aktuaria mulai dari akademik, non-akademik, fasilitas, hingga dosen yang selalu ditingkatkan tingkat pendidikannya agar kami dapat bersaing dengan aktuaris di seluruh dunia.
Guna menunjang kegiatan belajar dan mengajar, maupun penelitian bagi dosen dan
after being allowed by moderator. Okay, everyone, today's lecture theme is about game theory for decision makers, which will be delivered by our speaker, Professor Cikdem Ozeri, and Kak Gelegar Chef San Mario will be the one conducting today's session as our moderator. And to begin with, let's sing Indonesia's national anthem, Indonesia Raya. So all participants, please rise. And the following agenda is the opening remark from the head of Actuarial Department ITS to Dr. Andes Suharjipri, MSI. All the time is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillah, praise be to Allah Ta'ala. May we all be healthy, good and full of blessing. The Honorable Professor Zidem Rosari from Istanbul Aydin University, Turkey. The Honorable Dr. Maria Kiseleva from the National Research University, ISC University, Petersburg, Russia. Lecturer and student in Department of Aktuaria, FRD, ITS, and all those present at the International Guest Lecture at the Department of Aktuaria, FSRD, ITS. Alhamdulillah, this event can be held well. I hope that game theory for decision maker material can be useful and blessed by Allah Ta'ala for all of us we take part in this event. Thank you for the participant of all participants and apologies if there are errors and deficiencies. By saying Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, this event was opening. Okay, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Suharjipri, for the amazing opening remark. And now I'd like to greet our moderator today. Hello, Kak Gelegar. Okay, are you ready, Kak?
Yes.
Okay, without further ado, let's proceed to the main agenda. And to Kak Gelegar as our moderator, all the time is yours. Oh, udah ada ya? Okay.
Okay, good afternoon, my beloved friends and the guest lecturer. Now we'll be proceeding to the next agenda, that is a presentation by Dr. Maria Kiselva. But before that, let me introduce Dr. Maria Kiselva. So, Dr. Kiselva has 20 plus years of experience in higher economics. She graduated in integrated degree diploma, specialist degree in preschool education and psychology in 1991 till 1997 from Herzl University, St. Petersburg, Russia. And now, Dr. Kiselva is the head of international office from September 2022 till now in National Research University, HSC University, St. Petersburg. So, without further ado, please, Dr. Kiselva. Thank you so much.
Okay. I should do it like this. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I think you can hear me without this thing. Can you hear me now? Oh, I'm sorry. I should put it here. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much for the introduction. As you were told, I have more than 20 years of experience in international relations, but I used to work for a different university and technical, I would say, but now I work for a high school of economics, but we are not more just economics, because we started as a University of High School of Economics 30 years ago. But now we are quite a comprehensive university, and we have almost every subject in every area except medicine. So medicine is an exception. All the other subjects and fields we cover. And first of all, before make a real presentation, I would like to show you a short movie about our city and our campus. Could you please play the video? Where should I say? I will just go here. So as you were said, we are reallocated in the city of St. Petersburg. And now you will see the small short video about the city and our campus. And then I will tell you about the whole university and the schools we have, and why I will tell you how you can apply for master studies to us. Okay.
Wait a minute, technical issues.
Technical issues, it's a common question, especially in the University of Technology. Because I was lecturing in many countries, in Germany, in Japan, and some other countries. And you know that almost everywhere we start with a technical issue. It's a common thing, especially when you have a lecture. So the video. This is our city. This is the city of St. Petersburg. This is our campus, one of the buildings on the campuses. It's about a team which was launched by one of our students as a startup, but now it's a chain of teams in St. Petersburg. Our Vice Chancellor. So this was a short video just for you, an overview. So how the city looks like, and you can see some buildings of our campus. Could you just switch to the presentation? The last one, okay. Okay. So, and the title of my presentation is HC at a glance. So could you switch for? Oh, it's me and you, and we are together. So could you just show the first slide, please? Okay. So do you know anything about Russia? What do you know? Of course, I do hope that you heard the name. Of course. And you know how we are. So while actually I was traveling to your country, so we started from St. Petersburg here. We made a stop in Dubai. Then I made a stop in Kuala Lumpur in Asia, and then came to you. So 2 connections, quite big distance, as you see. Yes, but anyhow, it is affordable to overcome. So next slide, please. And as for our university, actually, for the moment, we are the biggest university in Russia because we have 4 campuses which are located in 4 different cities in the country. Yes, St. Petersburg, this is where I come from. So Moscow, the capital of our country, Nizhny Novgorod, and Perm. Perm is the closest city to China border. So for your understanding, yes. And as I said, we have more than 50,000 students at the moment, and you can see that 5,500 are international ones. And all our exchange and full-time degree students come from more than 60 countries from over the world. So, and we have 7,000 academic staff members. The next slide, please. And here, our position in the world rankings, you know, they are important now, but actually not that much. So it's not the real, I would say, indicator of the university quality, but we have to follow the rules, I would say. So, and here you can see how we are represented in the rankings by subjects. So as we are a young university, as I mentioned, we are only 30 years old, but we achieved a lot within this 30 years. Could you just show the next slide? So, and now about my campus in more details. So actually at HSC in Petersburg, we have 8,000 students, and 20% of them study at master level. And you can see how much percentage of international students we have, quite a big one. So we have 13 bachelor programs, 25 master programs, and 7 PhD programs. And 25% of the full programs are taught in English, totally in English. Yes, degree programs. And every year we have more than 2,050 exchange students on board. The next slide, please. So, and we, at the moment, we have 6 schools on our campus. This is our flagship, economics and management, because as I mentioned, we started from economics and management. Yes, and we are most famous for economics and management. Then goes the School of Social Science and Area Studies, Humanities, Design, Law, and what can be of interest for you as well, physics, mathematics, and computer science. The next one. And as for bachelor programs, you still can come as an exchange student. If I'm not mistaken, you are a 3rd year students, yes? 6th semester? 3rd year, yes? You still have time to come to us as an exchange, yes? And if you go to exchange, you can choose any school, because even if it's not written English, it doesn't mean that we are do not teach in English at this school. It means that we have some modules which are taught in English. But if it is indicated that it is in English, it means that the full program is in English, yes? So as for School for Management, so on bachelor level, international bachelors in business and economics, School of Physics, Mathematics, Applied Mathematics and Information Science, Applied Data Analysis and Physics. So School of Economics, School of Social Sciences, School of Humanities, School of Design, School of Law, and the next one. And on the master level, which is mostly, I do hope, interesting for you, because you can apply to us, to master programs. We have also, you can see a lot of full degree programs in English. If you speak about School of Economics and Management, if you speak about School of Social Science and Area Studies, we also have English taught programs fully taught. School of Humanities, the next slide, please. School of Physics and Mathematics and Computer Science, they will launch a new program on data analysis next year. So you still have the time to apply. School of Law and School of Design. And the next one. We have 7 doctoral schools. If some of you see your future as an academician, you can go to doctoral studies, yes? And can you go further? And these are research labs, international research labs and centers where you can do your internship. So you can do some research. Being a student of our university, you can just participate in different research groups. So I will leave this presentation at the international office, and you can often ask them just to show you. So could you give us the next slide? And if you decided to come to us, so you can see how our dormitories are equipped. We have very good quality dormitories, which are located quite close to the buildings itself. And so you can live in a single room alone, or you can share the room, 2 or 3 people can share a room. So, and the price is not that big, I would say. The biggest one is $17, not 70, but $17 per month. I think it's quite affordable, yes? But the quality of the dormitory is quite good. Could you go to the next slide, please? So also some pictures of the of our dormitories. You can see the kitchen. You can share this kitchen. So rooms for studying, and this is the room itself for 2 people, as you can see. And the next one, please. And the most interesting part, besides studying, of course, our city is famous that we are included in the World UNESCO Heritage. And you can see this is the suburbs of St. Petersburg, which is called Peterhof, the city which is called for fountains, and especially it is worth visiting during the summertime. And what is almost very interesting maybe for you, because you live in Asia Pacific region, you don't know what is white night. But in our city, we are famous that since the period of mid of May till the end of July, we have so-called white nights. It means that night looks like this, without sun shining, but like this. You can even read sometimes. So, and also we are famous as a city of bridges, and some, not everyone, but some of the bridges open at night just to allow the ship going through. This is the Palace Square. They enter to the Palace Square. This is the Winter Palace, which was built for, according to the order of the Catherine II. Maybe you heard of such a lady. And oh, I'm sorry. And this is the monument to the founder of our city, so Peter the Great. That's why we are called St. Petersburg. Does anyone, I mean, you know German language? No one. So in the German language, Berg means city. So, and if you just read the name of our city, Saint means saint, yes? Peter, the name of the person, and Berg, city, the city of Saint Peter. Yeah, okay. And the next slide, please. And besides, of course, you study at the university. Next slide. As you can see, we even have our yacht club on campus, and usually we have a team, our students team, who won a lot of competitions in yachting. So football, chess, of course. Quite common, yes. The next one slide, please. And different culture students club, such as music, language speaking, students, science unions, and others, a lot. So the next slide, please. Here are some pictures from the event we organized. Actually, this is the event at the biggest design school. And there was a performance of graduation ceremony of this school. Here is our lecture room, one of the lecture rooms, some concerts which students participated in. So the next slide, please. And continue with clubs, theater, and some other stuff. And this is just pictures from different events. And this is our library. This is the library. This is our lecture room. And this is on each floor, we have recreation areas, and usually they are organized like this. And the last one. Actually, this is a mascot of our university, the crown. Crown is a very, very wise bird. And this is a mascot of our university. And what may be interesting for you, as I said, because next year you will be graduates, yes, you will finish your bachelor studies. And of course, some of you would think about entering the master program. And what we have state-funded scholarships. And if you would like to apply, it's not that, I would say, difficult to apply to us. You should just send your transcript And if all your papers are in good order, you are allowed to have an interview with academics. An interview, you don't have to come to Russia. It can be conducted online. And so you will be asked different questions, not only on your major topic or about that subject you would like to study, not only this. This could be question from different fields, or maybe psychological, or maybe about you. Why do you want to study with us? What is your motivation? Who to come to us for exchange program or to study master's thesis and graduate from us? Actually, for the moment, I think it's enough for you. But if you have any questions, you can ask me. Any questions? No questions. But in order for you to remember this day and this particular time, I need your help. Yes, I'm really sorry, but I do not have so much souvenirs and presents for you. But tomorrow, there will be an exhibition, a special exhibition. Yes, yes, we can come there. I still have some back. You can give this one. This is called card holder. Very important thing. And some more. Some more. And I think I can also just give you. You can just give it. You're more than welcome. And I also, I'm like Father Frost, yes, with a big. So, and this some brochures about our universities. But tomorrow I will have more. So, and if you ask the question, I will present you with a bag. So. Where will we be tomorrow?
At the Global Campus.
Yeah, Global Campus. What time?
After lunch.
After lunch. So you can come after lunch. I do hope that you will have some questions, and I will just be happy to answer it. Okay? Thank you so much. Thank you for your attention.
I have the mic back.
I can do it.
Can you please go in front again? Yes, we're gonna.
Okay. Thank you.
Oh yeah. You can give Professor Sigdem Ozari. But before that, let me introduce you to Professor Sigdem. Professor Sigdem is now a Deputy Director of Institute of Social Science in Istanbul Aydin University. Maybe from the CV, I could only take that. Okay, okay, thank you. Okay.
You use the old one.
We don't have the new one, so please, Professor. Yeah.
I think much better because my voice is so loud. Okay. This is my old CV, but I have a lot of work to do. Before that, I was Deputy Director of the Social Science Institute, but now I am the Vice Dean of the Economics and Administrative Science Faculty. But as surprising why I am also interested in your topic, because my bachelor degree is from math department, and it is not the application part like algebraic topology. And I am really proud of my lecturer because he is the well-known in the world, like the fourth algebraic one, Al-Nesin. Maybe you don't heard his name, but he doesn't like me because I choose the finance after that. But when my background is a little bit different. I start with the computer science. I changed my mind to change my department to the maths because I know that I want to deal with the finance, but I think that this is the most important part to learn maths before. So because of this, I also know a little bit programming like C++ or a lot of things that we take later. But after that, I have financial econometrics and finance degrees. So why I am interested in actual maths? Let me explain it a little bit with the information, because in Turkey, we constructed financial math department far away before. When doing this part, we need to find some actuaries to teach actual mathematics to students. And our students doesn't like them because they are all in the companies and work and only make the calculations. So also in Turkey, it is also a new topic. Like 10 years before, we don't have any mortality table of our own country. So some universities get together and try to construct a model that reflects our country's mortality tables, ratios, probabilities. In this case, I started to be interested in this and teach in other universities some actual math courses. But last 5 or 6 years, I only prepare some exam questions for who are going to be expert on these topics. I prepare some pool for them in Turkey. And today, I'm going to explain you a little bit about game theory. Have you ever known something related to this topic? No. Have you heard before the name of John Nash? Because he is a mathematician. So we can say that he's the father of this topic, but actually I have an opportunity to see him, to meet him. He was too old when he came to Turkey, but one of my professors is also his student. He was studying in the Princeton University. Also, did you watch Beautiful Mind? No, the movie. Okay, I'm going to talk later about this one. Can you skip? Also, I can do this because I'm going to change all of them. First, I want to ask you some questions. There is no right answer, okay? So a short survey to understand your behavior. Today, I'm only trying to give you some attraction to this topic because, as you know, we are not alone. And during the day, we have a lot of decisions have to take. For example, coffee or tea, also it's a decision. Or coming here, it's when I take this decision to come to your country, it reflects you also because you have an opportunity to meet me in here. So it means that we are not alone and our decisions impact the others and reflect everything. So let me ask you the question. Which alternative would you prefer if you have only 2 alternatives? The first is sure gain of $240,000. And the other one, as you can read, 25% chance of winning $1,000, 75% chance of winning nothing. Which alternative would you prefer? So I want to ask that alternative A, can you hold your hands? Only $240. Only 3, 4, 5, 6. Your decision, there's no right answer. I wonder the situation. In the other one, 25% winning much more, 75 like a big person, like winning nothing. Which one? Alternative A like 10 at most. For the alternative B? Okay, there is only, again, you hold your hands. Or I am not missing. So, one more. Try to be more inside of me. Like alternative C, a sure loss of $750. The other one, sure loss, you have to pay this. And the other alternative is 75% of chance of losing $2,000 and 25% of losing nothing. Which one right now? Okay, so it is much easier right now. You can easily decide, give your decision. Okay, can you go? So I'm not going to ask this to you because of the first two questions. Okay, I'm gonna share this one. So I don't use the PowerPoint. I'm gonna ask you some question based on an important topic in game theory. Okay, assume that I have a lot of power and I took two of you, friends, family member, it doesn't matter, but you have no connection. Okay, you cannot talk. And you have to answer quickly my question, but believe me, I'm going to do what am I going to say, okay? So assume you have two options. One option is taking, for example, $100 million to yourself. And the other one, giving it to your friend, but the amount is $500 million. But you cannot give connection with your friend. Okay, you can assume it is your close friend, but I am sure that if it is like $500 million, there's no close friends or family members. So now, first of all, I want to give like the name of the strategy is taking money to yourself is selfish, for example. I'm sure it is not selfish, but the other one is not selfish, maybe to distinguish. Who take the money to yourself? So for example, my decision, I'm going to take it myself. Really? Give the right answer. So, and who gives the money to his friends or her friends? You. Really? Really? Huh? Okay. Okay. There's no right answer again. Today, what we are going to learn, how to distinguish this type of game. First, I want to explain what is game and how we could decide, make decision or look from other perspectives. Okay? So we are going back to this game. Okay? So up to now, there are decisions. Can you go? So because I changed my mind. Okay? So now, a lot of people cannot distinguish between decision theory and game theory, okay? But this is a really good example. For example, assume we all together go to a dinner, okay? But before going to dinner, if we decide that everybody pays its own meal, it is the decision theory problem. Why? Because I know my budget, I know my pocket. If I want to spend all of my money, it's okay. It's my problem. I can walk home, but as I see here, no one wants to walk. But if we decided before that we have to split the bill, so which means that I think in all over the world, we said that German style, everyone pays its ours, it is this one, and if we split the bill, now it is the topic of game theory. Why? Because if I want to order first, and if I order expensive meal, and assume that we are only two of us, so if you don't have enough money when we divide it to two, So you're gonna think like that. So I need to order in a cheap way. But if you have enough money, you can think that I'm gonna order much expensive one. Chidam Hoca will cover it. You can have an idea about this one because in companies in real life doing something like that also. But if you are a good personality person, maybe you can say that, okay, I'm gonna order with the same amounts. So in this type, we are in the game. And actually, it is the game of type that playing like step by step, not at the same time as I explained in a previous game. This is the different type of. So first mover advantage in this game, because who order first try to put the rules of the game. So only I am up to now, only I'm trying to give examples of the game theory. So how, as you understand that there are some players in the real life, who are the players? Countries. I am sure that we all play for my country. We all play like games with Russia because of the fuel. So previous one, because we have to deal some agreements with the country. And a lot of countries have games like each other. So this is the topic of political science also. If it is like the big two companies in markets. So if you want to produce a new product, the other has to take some decision according to the rules of the market also. So in every step of life, you need those type of topic. Okay, for example, after graduation to take master degree or not, it is again a decision. You have to see the benefits of this also. So decision theory, you are alone. But in game theory, you have to think the people inside of the group. Okay, can you go? And you can let me make all of them because I think I talk all of them. Let me see. Yes. And actually now I can explain what is game in a mathematical way. Also, it is written like verbal. So to be a game, we need a set of players. It has to be more than one, as I explained before, and set of strategies for each player. They don't have to be equal. So I have 2 strategies, you have 5 strategies. It can be happen like that also. And the third one, actually in the real life, it is a difficult one because we have to calculate the payoffs of each player if every possible situation happens. Okay, so the first game I try to explain you that we know, because at the end of the game, if I choose myself $100 million, the outcome will be 100. Am I right? But if you choose the other one, you have $500 million. We're gonna talk about this. We know the rules and we know the payoffs of utilities of the game. But in real life, sometimes it is difficult to calculate the possible outcomes, but it is not a big deal. We can give like smaller, bigger, we have an idea. We can rank them. So it is enough for the calculations, okay? And so in game theory, actually at the starting, we cannot say that this is the right answer. This decision is the most appropriate one. It's up to you, as I asked you before. So it deals with the outcome of person's decisions and solve all possible situations, what's going on, okay? And then make you to decide. And actually, we can divide games in a lot of different ways. Maybe, I think all of you take probability and statistics course or similar courses like that. I'm sure, as I mentioned, random variable, all of you know what is random variable, discrete continuous. Am I right? Yes, of course. Okay. So in this game, sometimes we think the outcomes of each player are like a random variable also. You can think like that. And you can forget about this. Right now, it is the definition of the game is not important, but we can split the games like zero-sum games. which means that if I win 2, you have to lose 2. If I win 3, you have to lose 3. So this is the easiest way of understanding the games. But in real life, it is not like that. I win 2, you can win 3 at the same time. Or I can win and you can lose, not at the same amount. So they divide the games into different ones because it is easy to understand if there are 2-player games. We always use some matrices denote the 2-player games, and every time this is like the row player and this is like the column player. If it is 3-person, again we use matrices in a different way. So this is like a 2-player game. Row player always, outcomes of the row player is always in the first ones, and the outcome of the column player, which is now player B, in the second. So red ones is red ones outcomes, and the black one is black ones outcomes. So what does this mean? For example, 2-1 denotes if player A chooses down strategy and if player B chooses right strategy, player A wins 2, player B wins 1. This is the outcome of the game. So as you remember, we need the name of the John Nash. When I asked it in the business management department, no one said that we know him. And I surprised, but they know Adam Smith because it is not their area. Because of this, they don't know. Why John Nash took a Nobel Prize with equilibrium? You know this? No. So he had a Nobel Prize with the Nash equilibrium. Because of this, it is named with the Nash equilibrium, and we're going to learn how to find it. It is very easy. And do you know mathematicians can take Nobel Prize? Can win Nobel Prize? Let me learn you. No. Take the Nobel Prize from economics. No, you cannot win the Nobel Prize. But I don't want to explain the reason. And they don't allow the mathematician to take this prize because the founder of the foundation, foundation's wife cheated his husband with the mathematician. You can go. Okay. This is how we find the Nash equilibrium. So why it is, the finding of the Nash equilibrium is easy. But to understand the idea behind the code, okay, it takes a little bit time to understand the idea behind that one, okay. But the steps are easy. I think you are really again familiar with the algorithms. It is really pretend you are one of the player. Assume blah blah blah. Go this one because I want to do this with the game, okay. So pretend you are one of the players. Now I am assume that I am player A, okay. First step is done. Second step, assume that your opponent picks a particular action. My opponent is in here, is player B. So I assume he picks a particular action. I assume player B picks left. Okay. Then the third step, determine your best strategy given your opponent's action. So what I did up to now, I assume I am player A. If player B chooses left strategy, which strategy is better for me? Up or down? I sure down. If I choose up, I'm going to win 3. If I choose down, I'm going to win 0. The first outcomes is player A's. So I need to choose up. Am I right? So I think when you put this, you can see that one. Okay. So now I am still player A. If player B chooses right strategy, which strategy is better for me? So up and down. If player A chooses up, which strategy am I going to choose? 9 is bigger than 8. But in here, if he chooses down, he's going to be choose 1. This is the wrong. I made a mistake because I know this. So if there are 2 lines, it says like that, it is a Nash equilibrium points. So in here, there are 2 Nash equilibriums. So can you go back, please? All of them. One more. Yes. So this one explains the Nash equilibrium. For any strategy, they denote right by S. For strategy S by player 1 and T by player 2, the pair ST is a Nash equilibrium. This is the definition. Any pair is Nash equilibrium if S is the best response to T and T is the best response to S. So we need to find equilibrium points, whatever the other player chooses, which is best for me, but it has to be for all players. So let me try to explain why he takes Nobel in a small way. Adam Smith, you know Adam Smith, the father of, we can say the father of economics. He said that, but I am explaining in a short version. He said that if I study more, or if I study more and everybody study more, the wealth is more. But John Nash said that he is right, but a little bit forgotten something. For the he takes that for the Nash equilibrium. If you have if it is difficult, not problem for me. But if you have technology like that, better to use it. I have to use with this one. Okay. Okay. So remember the other game, two strategies, 100 to yourself. We said that selfish, maybe plus. The other option is 500, not selfish. I said minus. Okay, let's think about this game. So assume that one of the player is me, Chidam. The other player is class, all of you. Okay, so I have selfish strategy as mentioned, plus, and I have the other strategy. So for the class, again, you have the same strategy, am I right? Yes. So we construct a game. So I need to write the outcomes, situations, okay? So what happens in there? If we both choose self, what happens? What are the outcomes? 100 and 100, am I right? Yes. So what happened in the, so I have 600 and you have 0. Sorry about this. But in this case, you can say sorry about Chidam Hoca. But what happens in that case? 500, 500. Okay. So actually, we construct a game. Let's think about it a little bit. Assume I am Chidam as I am. So I have to, Nash equilibrium says that I have to think, if classroom choose being selfish, I want to be selfish because 100 is greater than 0. If you decided to be not selfish, I am again decided to use this one because 600 is greater than 500, which means that in the literature, I have a dominant strategy. If I am a rational person means that prefers much better utility. Like if you ask 100 and 500, I choose 100. So if people are rational, they choose this one. Since this game is symmetric, because same condition, so if you are rational, you are going to use yourself. But think about that. If we are only two class and I in the world, if we use this one, in the market there are $200 million. But if we make something like that, this is much better for everyone, am I right? But as you know, people are rational because they don't want to. But I'm not sure about in those days people are rational, because when I asked my cousin, she's small, and which one you prefer? She said that this one, because she thinks like that. Both are not enough for me, so you can choose the other one. So she doesn't think like me. She doesn't say, or, but if I put $1 million in here, so I that she's going to change her mind. and business. So the amount is also important, but find the way, but we're gonna see it later time. So, okay. So let me talk a little bit. So we understand the game theory in here, but decision, as I mentioned, the other one is that difficult to take the decisions. But what they do in decision theory, they first, of course, in every situation, clarify, define the problem. But it seems easy, but I am sure that when you work with insurance companies or other parts or in your work life, they cannot do this in a good way. You have to understood, okay? And then you have to list your all alternatives. For your future life after graduation, you can use this methods also. And for example, if it is your human resource department and there is an opening position and alternatives will be the people who apply the job. But as you know, you have to look some criteria. Or for your courses, you have to like midterm exam, final exam, homework, quizzes, I am sure that. So these are the criteria. We're going to decide which one of you is better than the other one. We have to do this, or you have to pass this one. So in real life, it is difficult to clarify all possible alternatives also. For example, if I have enough money, I don't know, I want to invest in stock, bonds, mutual funds, or derivative markets, crypto money, a lot of things, or I can buy a house, buy a land, or there are a lot of things. So first of all, we have to list the alternatives. So this is the multi-criteria decision-making problem. So we have to identify the payoff for each alternative and outcome combination. But again, it is difficult because we don't know if the economy is stationary, if the inflation increases too much, blah, blah, blah. There are a lot of financial economic problems in that case also. So it means that there are a lot of models in that area. We need to choose one of them. But besides this, today we learned the easiest one. Can you go? And you can skip this one. I'm going to go back. Okay. So look at this one. This is my alternatives. You can change it whatever you want. For example, if you want to buy a laptop, you can use this one also. If you want to buy a car, do something, you can use those type of things also. And so what these matrices show, they are bond, stock, mutual funds, and we don't know you are going to win this amount. Okay. So someone from statistic department or as you can be this work, some people forecast the probabilities. So assume they forecasted 0.2 economy will be growing, 0.5 it is stable, and 0.3 it is declining. So I'm asking you again, which alternative you're going to invest? Bonds, stocks, or mutual funds? Which one is better for you? I am walking. Huh? There is no right answer. Don't be afraid of it. For example, let me tell you, I invest in stocks. Actually, it is not a good idea, but I choose it. And yours? Bonds. No one mutual funds? So you don't love the risk because you don't lose in here. I want this amount of money maybe. If I have a company, it's going to be bankruptcy and I need 70 months, maybe. But of course, this probability should be higher than I take a risk. But what we are going to do, if we have a situation like that, you only look at, no one make a calculation, better to make a calculation in real life because we know the probabilities. So you have to calculate, you have to calculate the weighted average of each one. And since you are rational, or if you are rational, choose the highest one. You can go this one. So You can do it by yourself also. But make sure, because you have too much alternatives that it cannot be seen easily that way. But you can go one more. But okay, in this case, I am really an optimistic person. Not, but assume that I am optimistic person, okay, 100%. So there is a investor perspective like that also in real life. So what am I thinking in that case? I think like that, if I invest in bond, and I know that I am the luckiest girl since I am the optimistic one, I am the luckiest girl. So economy will be stationary and I'm going to win 45. I think like that. I am the optimistic one. So if I invest in stocks, economy will be grow and I'm going to win this. And mutual funds, this is going to be happen. I think like that. So I think I only think the maximum ones, since I am optimistic, of course, and rational person choose invest in stocks. So as I told you, I am optimistic one, choose the stocks. But as you know, there are pessimistic persons also. So do it quickly. Can you come? So we consider that if I invest in bonds, economy will be decline and I win this. So the minimum ones, but I am rational. Of course, I am going to choose the maximum one. So as you like invest in, can you go? Invest in bonds. So I think the classroom is the pessimistic one, not like me. But you choose this one, okay? But I know that no one can be 100 optimistic and 100 pessimistic. Yes, no one. In my country, when you invest in banks, they have asked some questions. They try to understand my type of investor, but they are not good at also in that case. So there's a method in the literature which called Hurwitz method, criterion of realism. They made a full name. Actually, if you are planning to, I remember something, let me explain it. If you plan to taking master degree in management or in finance, I have to explain my problem when I was graduate from math. So I graduated from math and started taking my master degree in financial econometrics. And I am in this classroom. There are like 10 of us. One of them have already PhD in Harvard in physics. The other one working in Wall Street. And they are talking a lot of things with the lecturer. So invest in bonds, derivative, blah, blah, and I don't understand anything. Also, I didn't take any lecture related to probability because I'm pure math student. We don't teach probability because it is an example of measure theory. So I don't have any idea about any application, but at least 4 weeks later, I understood that they are only talking. They explain everything like that. So don't worry if you are having a master degree like that. Don't worry at the beginning. You can do this, I am sure. So this is the Hurwitz method. So it is only, there's a parameter in here, okay? They said alpha, and it is the percentage of being optimistic. And in this example, it is like 30%, okay? Like 30%. So 30% of as random variable, 30% of maximum, 70% of pessimistic one, like weighted average. Go back and we choose the highest. Further. Highest 117. Okay. Go a little bit. I think, now in this case, we don't know the probabilities. But with the worst case scenario, the literature say that if you don't know the probabilities, but actually it's not a good idea for using, if you are in finance, like my country, never use this one. Because they said that if you don't know, make an assumption that they are equally distributed. But for example, when I go back to my hometown on weekend, there will be election. And I am sure that I don't have any idea about growing, stable and declining. I don't know. So it is not a good idea that they are going to be equally distributed because we have understanding and we have used some technical analysis and make a forecast. But literature uses this, as I mentioned. So don't use this one in the real life also, but you have to learn this. Okay, next one. And this one, I actually, as a lecturer, I don't like the students who regret too much. For example, they got, let me explain what I want to mention. If they got 90 from exam, they said that why I am not getting 100. So they always focus on what they didn't do. Please, in your real life, focus on what you have, what you did, and be thankful about this one. It is much more important to make you happy in your life also. And this is the people who are regretful about this one. So I don't like this method, but we have to know how they think also. So decision theory makes us to put some good connection also, because you can easily understand what the other people are going to think also. So let me think about their opinion. Minimax regret position. Okay, I can explain it here. So they are thinking like that. Assume that if someone told us that the economy will be growing, if we know this, someone said that it's going to be happen, okay, or you dream about it and know it. So which alternative you want to invest? You want to invest in stocks. This is your first option. Then this one, then this is the last one. So the minimax regrets, people who are regretful, thinking those type of things. So can you go back? So in Maze, can you see this is the best option of growing 70. This is the stable 45. And this is the declining. I subtract all of them to make the ranking system. So it means that when I subtract the best option, so when I looked at 0 means no regret, then the biggest, this is my second option, this is my third option. I put them in an order. No regret, first option. No regret, first option, second option. Okay, this is the first step of calculating the finding the solution about this one. Then I have to look at, because I don't know they will be sure. So if I invest in bonds, so which is most regretful is this one. If I invest in stock, which is most regretful is this one, and this is the last one. So between these, since I'm a rational person, I'm going to choose, of course, the minimum one. Can you? Okay. So the minimum, the regretful person choose the mutual funds, as we don't like it. But it is important because there are a lot of people, I don't know, maybe I have been here in twice, but I always see very happy person around me. Always you are smiling. In my country, it is not really like that for the last 20 or 30 years, because there are a lot of reasons. But I am very happy to be here also to see a lot of people smiling, be kind, be honest, a lot of things like that. So I don't think that you are too much regretful about any situations, but what I suggest, for example, what I do, maybe you can follow all these steps and see everything. For example, if I am the CEO of some company, someone can do all of things to me. And at the end of, I looked everything, optimistic, pessimistic, or which, blah, 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 blah. And at the end of, I'm going to decide which option I'm going to use. So this is something like that. But why decision is important and why there are a lot of methods like that also. For example, we cannot think about the possible probabilities. So the most difficult thing in here to make the forecast of these probabilities and construct the numbers. So you have to make some arguments to forecast this one. Also, there are another topic. For example, I have a lot of other alternatives. I have a lot of criteria. So this is another topic of decision-making process. So In the literature, there are also a lot of problems like that. I think I can use this one again.
Sorry, we have to share.
Okay, sorry about this one. So I think I'm sure that you're gonna bore. Can we do a new one? Or clear everything? Okay. So I'm trying to explain that I can be in a position, these are my alternatives. And these are my criteria, okay? It can be in any process, okay? So n alternatives and n criteria. So again, for example, this is the human resource problem, computer skills, for digital skills, communication skills, department process, and they are the people apply the positioning. So how can I decide this one? How can I choose one? To choose one, I need to rank the alternatives. Am I right? Maybe I am a big company and 1,000 people apply. So I don't have any time to interview all of them. I want to interview with the 5 best one. So, or I can use it, for example, these are macroeconomic factors of any country, and these are the years of the values of these macroeconomic factors, and I want to learn which year is best. So then I'm going to look past what did they happen. So try to understand, because I want it is always in a good way. So, or I want to buy a laptop. These are the models. These are up to decision makers. For example, today also my laptop is too heavy, but I'm sure that it's an important criteria for me right now. But maybe it is not for you because I'm old enough. Sometimes it is difficult for me to carry it. But maybe you want to, because as you know, our programs good enough in a like with bigger laptops, or it is easy to handle. So these are the criteria. And in the literature, there are a lot of methods to choose to rank them. For example, one of them, rank them according to inside of which one is best, inside of which one is worst. So, for example, they compare the alternatives. Assume your alternatives. First, you found which one is better, which one of us better in every criteria, which one of us worse in every criteria, and then decide the ranking. But again, there is an important question that you're going to calculate. We don't know which one is the importance level. So, for example, for your courses, you know the percentage of affected, am I right? Final, for example, 60%, midterm, 40%, or something like that. But in those type of things, it is really difficult. But again, in the literature, you can find the importance. There are methods to find the importance level of that one. Why I am explaining this to you? Because I'm sure that you know a lot of programming, learn, and all of this programming, this methodology are really easy, and it can be applied in Excel also, and applied in another programmings to make it all at the same time. So I want to mention that decision process is easy, understandable, but the applications are also not too difficult. But a lot of people around the companies, countries try to understand the relationship between these ones. But there are some difficulties for the prediction, for the forecasting probabilities, forecasting importance level of each criteria, or sometimes you forgot the important criteria. So it changes everything, or sometimes you forgot the important alternative. So because of this, it is like multidisciplinary thing, but actually you're gonna do some investment related to that one. Okay, I think I can take the questions right now if you have some questions. Do you have any questions for me? So I suggest you to watch the movie, understand the life of, at least you know the life of one mathematician who checked the Nobel. And I suggest you to watch the movie with be careful to see the relationship between maths and this one, not like a normal person, okay? And I am waiting for the questions to make it a little bit cozy. I understood what she said. I know that since I am a math student, we have and a popular mathematician student, and she always organizes a seminar on Fridays. And I listen a lot of mathematicians from around the world, and I hate to ask questions. I understood. Really, I understood. But for the business department, I changed my department. They did something like that. They make a translate and try to speak Turkish with me also. They are like that. I know. I understand. But if you have, I can share the slides if you want to learn a little bit more about, or if you have any questions, we will be here later on. Or if you have any problem or any questions related to this topic, what am I going to read? What am I going to do? If you are planning to do a little bit different, like related with the finance, also you can send me an email. I can answer all of them. Okay? Right, up to question. Thank you very much. I think they don't have any questions, which means that we are good. Also, I don't forget it. I remember not to forget because I know myself. Back to Turkey.
Maybe there are some questions from all of you.
So I think you don't need to force that. So it is not a difficult topic for them also. It's easy to understand. Also, the game, let me talk a little bit more. I love talking. The game, I explain you like selfish and the other one. When you write game theory, you always see the game Prisoner's Dilemma. I don't know, you watch a lot of CSI New York, a lot of politics. Yes, in that case, I don't want to mention Prisoner's Dilemma, but they are the same type of the game. In those episodes, they are always using Prisoner's Dilemma because the game is similar like that. You have two prisoners, put them into different jails, and the policeman want to try to make them to accept they are guilty, but they don't have any approvals that they made this one. So this is the same type of game. So when you read Prisoner's Dilemma, you understood what I did in here also. Why I didn't choose this one? Because Prisoner's Dilemma is really popular. But this is the same type of game. Okay? The last one.
Are there any questions? Langsung nunjuk. I'm gonna find someone to ask a question.
What?
There's a question in this.
Okay.
Hello. Sorry, Miss. My name is Berlin from Magister SEMT ITS. I want to ask
Hear my voice.
The chat. Maybe. One option.
Hear my voice. Moderator. Hello.
Mungkin maybe you can write the questions in the chat box because we cannot hear you.
Okay. I'm at airport.
Harusnya udah. Kayaknya. Boleh dicuri. Can you ask the question now?
Hello. So I think you need to, if he can hear me. All right. So, but I think if I understood you in a good way, you ask how to define the player. So every person can be player. Every company will be player. But of course, when we in the financial markets or in the stock markets, you are going to think that you are the biggest company. The opponent will be the second biggest company in your country, or otherwise you cannot deal with all companies in the markets. Or if the players are countries, you can think that the agreements you made with the country or the borders, the first player. So the agreements of the countries will be much better in the player system. Is still writing, maybe? Wait about this one. Because define a player, so everyone can be a player. Of course, as you see, of course, two players want to be winner. As you see in the outcomes of the matrix, every outcome can be positive values. But winner means sometimes I win 10, the other player win 20. So we can win at the same time if you design a good game in the system. But as you know, there are some zero-sum games that it means when I win, the other one loses. But in the, for example, management, all companies are winners and they are in the game. So, but sometimes if they use the worst strategies, they can lose in some way. But for the companies, they use the game like the situations, for example, in my country, we have a Children's Day in the World Children. And every company before this, it is like 23rd April, try to produce a new product for the children. But this is not a new decision. So every company try to do that one. So you have to decide if you want to be in the market in this occasion or not. It is related to budget of your company also. So these are the topics that cannot be think only by one side. You have to be the relationship between the accounting and finance and economics also. I think I answered your question also. Maybe more. When the strategies is same, to produce or not produce for the companies, maybe to produce a new product or not to produce, it will be the same for each company. Or, for example, to give an advertisement, to make an advertisement in TV, in magazines, or in other places. So the company strategies can be equal. But as you know, we have different opportunities, different budgets. They shouldn't be same. They have to be different. Okay? It's a good one. Not at all. Thank for you to ask questions. You are grateful. Thank you very much.
Okay, maybe are there any more questions? Maybe from the class? Okay.
Okay, I'm listening.
Okay, so thank you. My name is Gilbert Arifin. So my question is, like in this game theory, all is based on the rules, right? So there is a probability, there is a result, but in the real life, we don't really know what is the possibility. Like maybe we could use the historical one, but we know that nobody could predict, like example, economic in the next 1 or 2 years. And let's say we talk about stocks. We also couldn't predict precisely the result of the stock for the 1 or 2 years. So how we could handle this situation with this so many abstract things to apply with the game theory?
Okay. Actually, this is the beginning of game theory. It doesn't finish as we can calculate Nash equilibrium. It doesn't mean that it's finished. These are the games I mentioned you that with perfect information, as you mentioned. But as we know, there are any without information. Also, sometimes information is open, but I don't read it in the financial markets. So I cannot evaluate and I cannot forecast. It's only there are some calculation methodology about this one also to skip the confidence interval along to that one. Okay. As you know, we only give the perfect information games. So for the companies that can use, but actually a lot of good statisticians can predict good in the market also, but I am sure that it cannot be predictable. But if we all predict the same way, so we don't use any financial markets. But this is not make the prediction. This is makes you to see all possible situation. And you can see the best scenario and the worst scenario. After that, you put everything into the desk, then decide what is can happen. Okay, so you know the worst case scenario, you know the best case scenario, then decide which strategy is better in that case. Okay.
So I think the conclusion is based on what we know, based on the what assumption we have.
Of course.
We take the best decision according to the map of the game theory.
Yes, for the decision makers, it is like that. You need some assumptions, as in maths also. We have a lot of assumptions, am I right? So as you know, there are a lot of mathematicians that cannot make proof without, you know that there are some counterexample proofs. So, but a lot of people say that if I didn't see too, I cannot accept this one. Some small community work on with that also. But as you know, we can build in the near future to change the assumptions, because the history is not start with a Nash equilibrium. The history is back too much and it starts to change much more. Okay. For it, think like that. It is the undergraduate level for the game theory. So there are like, we can do a lot of things with imperfect information, but again, the same conclusion. Okay. So we cannot say always this is the right, because country change, financial markets change, our behavioral change. We are not rational anymore.
Okay, thank you.
Okay,
maybe are there more? Are there any questions from the class? Okay, maybe because it is time.
We talk too much.
If you have any further question, you can email
Of course.
Professor Stickdem. Maybe you have the email. Right.
Yes, I can write here my name and surname, but it is difficult maybe for you. I can write it. I know it is difficult to pronounce and it is sometimes difficult to write. Or you can write my name and Google, you can easily find it, I am sure. You find wrong CV, but it's okay. I think you can find.
Okay. So thank you, Professor Sigem, for the guest lecture. It is very informative, the game theory itself. So yeah, please, you can sit back to
Of
your
course,
seat.
thank you very much.
Can you give some applause? So, okay, maybe that's all for the guest lecture for today. I'm Gulgar and I'm signing off as your moderator. Maybe my partner Siska will take over. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Professor Sidem Ozari, for the amazing lecture today. And also thank you so much, Kak Gelgar, for conducting this amazing session. And maybe we can give applause for Professor Sidem for this amazing lecture today. And furthermore, we would like to present a certificate awarding for our honorable speaker.
Yes, yes. Thank you very much.
Question presents.
I have 2 minutes right now. Okay.
Okay, and attention to all participants. I would like to inform you on attendance. Please fill the attendance form through the QR code that have been shown by the committee. Okay, finally, we have reached the end of today's agenda, and we sincerely apologize for any mistakes we may have made during this agenda. And thank you again for Professor Sigdam Ozari and all participants for the attention and cooperation. I'm Siska Widya Sundari as the Master of Ceremony, and I would like to say thank you for attending our International Guest Lecture Series episode for today. And good afternoon. We will see you again on the next agenda. Thank you.
Surabaya merupakan kota terbesar kedua di Indonesia setelah Jakarta. Dengan populasi penduduk yang telah mencapai kurang lebih 3 juta jiwa. Saat ini, Surabaya telah menjadi kota metropolis dengan keberagamannya. Selain itu, kota Surabaya juga dikenal sebagai pusat bisnis, perdagangan, industri, dan pendidikan di Indonesia. Salah satu kampus negeri terbesar yang terletak di kota ini adalah Institut Teknologi 10 November atau dikenal sebagai ITS. Terdapat berbagai program studi yang meliputi berbagai bidang keilmuan di ITS, di mana salah satunya adalah program studi sarjana sains aktuaria. Program studi ini berada di bawah Departemen Aktuaria, Fakultas Sains dan Analitika Data. Didirikan pada tahun 2018, Departemen Aktuaria telah berkomitmen untuk membantu pemerintah dalam mensukseskan program 1000 aktuaris, serta pengembangan keilmuan dan penelitian aktuaria di Indonesia. Berdasarkan data dari Persatuan Aktuaris Indonesia, saat ini jumlah aktuaris yang telah mendapatkan gelar Fellow Aktuaris masih berada di bawah angka 500. Dengan demikian, masih dibutuhkan banyak tenaga-tenaga aktuaris handal untuk mengisi beberapa sektor pekerjaan yang berkaitan dengan keilmuan aktuaria.
Apakah aktuaria tidak ada ciri di ITS ini dibanding aktuaria lain? Jadi itu penekanan pada asosiasi syariah, asosiasi negara, asosiasi maritim, dan akan kebumian. Dan ini memberikan hal yang baru di aktuaria Indonesia.
Mahasiswa di program studi sarjana sains aktuaria akan menerima pembelajaran yang telah dibentuk berdasarkan kurikulum minimal aktuaria nasional dan internasional, serta disesuaikan dengan kebutuhan pasar kerja. Untuk menghasilkan lulusan yang mampu menguasai bidang keilmuan aktuaria dan siap bekerja, maka setiap mahasiswa akan dibekali dengan berbagai macam pembelajaran yang meliputi keilmuan aktuaria, keilmuan matematika, pemrograman komputer, teori peluang dan statistika.
Dari awal, sisi positifnya menjadi departemen baru adalah kami sering mendapatkan fasilitas-fasilitas yang tidak didapatkan oleh teman-teman di departemen lain. Misalnya kuliah tamu yang rutin di awal semester, fasilitas yang cukup memadai, dan juga kemudahan di dalam akademik.
Bidang yang saya senangi di aktuaria adalah ekonomi, programming, serta aktuaria itu sendiri. Mengapa? Karena saya sangat tertarik untuk meningkatkan ekonomi di Indonesia dengan cara mengurangi risiko tinggi yang diambil dari suatu perusahaan. Selain itu, ITS juga selalu mengembangkan jurusan aktuaria mulai dari akademik, non-akademik, fasilitas, hingga dosen yang selalu ditingkatkan tingkat pendidikannya agar kami dapat bersaing dengan aktuaris di seluruh dunia.
Guna menunjang kegiatan belajar dan mengajar maupun penelitian bagi dosen dan mahasiswa, Departemen Aktuaria telah dilengkapi dengan berbagai macam fasilitas yang meliputi beberapa ruang kelas dengan kapasitas sampai dengan 50 orang mahasiswa per kelasnya. Laboratorium Aktuaria yang dapat digunakan untuk menunjang penelitian dan pembelajaran di bidang komputasi aktuaria, perpustakaan yang dapat digunakan bagi mahasiswa untuk mencari buku-buku referensi dan berdiskusi, gedung menara sains yang dapat digunakan untuk menunjang kegiatan mahasiswa di luar kegiatan perkuliahan. Departemen Aktuaria ITS siap melahirkan aktuaris muda yang berkompeten serta siap terlibat dalam industri asuransi di Indonesia.
Bergabunglah bersama kami ini Aktuaria.
ITS.
Do you ever wonder what makes a life-changing history? Right, a solid mission of the visionaries. It was Dr. Anka and his colleagues' mission to accelerate technology development. Through the establishment of Institute Technology 10 November, their goodwill has encouraged ITS students to take important roles in both local and global communities, ministers, CEOs, professors, entrepreneurs, and yes, another history maker. These successful alumni were trained in a healthy learning environment that was equipped with various supporting facilities. From vocation to marine technology, all faculties and departments of ITS were formed to be the best place to learn science, technology, and design. 7 faculties and 1 interdisciplinary school. Scientists, Faculty of Science and Data Analytics. MARTECH, Faculty of Marine Technology. INSYS, Faculty of Industrial Technology and Systems Engineering. Electics, Faculty of Intelligent Electrical and Informatics Technology. CivPlan, Faculty of Civil, Planning, and Geoengineering. CreativeBiz, Faculty of Creative Design and Digital Business. Vocation, Faculty of Vocation. And Interdisciplinary School of Management and Technology. Recognized as one of the top best-ranked institutes doesn't mean the finish line for ITS. To gain greater international recognition, ITS launched International Undergraduate Program. Students can get wider international exposure through 20 study programs they can apply. the chances are also open for professors from all over the world to teach and conduct research at ITS. These opportunities have made international joint research and other international activities successfully performed.